Many thanks for staying with us. The program is still this morning on ITV. We are still talking security issues here. Now we want to zero in to what happened in the southeast and some ugly development. You know, last week, Vice President Yemi Osinbajo was in Owerri, the capital of Imo State, where he inspected the attacked correctional facility center, where he actually also looked at the attack on the police state command there. And we've seen so much development, particularly when a retired director of the DSS had come forward to say, look, he warned very strongly. He heard that warning was issued to the state government days before, long time ago, that there were imminent attack likely to come up here. Sadly, the attack came up and it was struck. Some also asked for a question, why is it that in the whole of the attack process here, nobody was even injured, no phone was taken, only properties vandalized, hoodlums and criminals were set free. And the question is, why did everybody run for cover? Why was it look as if you just leave somebody to operate and go? Why did it all happen that way? What is really going on? Yesterday, the governors of the southeastern part of the country met and actually announced the plan to actually float a southeast security outfit, Ebube Agu. That for them, they would be coming out, and many persons have predicted that the costume will likely be an embodiment of Isiago, the face of the lion, as the southwestern Amotekun have the face of the leopard. Whatever it is here, everyone believes that the security issues need to be addressed from all fronts. Now, let's quickly bring on board here a security expert and consultant here, Jonathan Onoja Isaac. Welcome to our studio.
Good morning, Mr.
Yeah, let's quickly take a look at what we've touched on before here, but the ugly scenario that happened in the southeast here, and what I think is also happening, luckily for us, in the case of Bauchi State, the attempted jailbreak was repelled, but in the case of Owerri, it was 100% successful here and all of that. What does this portend for our security structure and system?
Well, I will first say that in every attack, there must be a victim and there must be a suspect.
Maybe the victim is the federal government.
We don't know. We should not be quick to say the victim is the federal government.
We as a nation, we are the victim. That's why you are the federal government, because whether you like it or not.
At this point, we have not know who are the suspects in this instance. And who are the victims? We had how some inmates, ran for their lives. But up to now, there is no record of who are behind this attack, and that means that there's a compromise, because in an attack that will last for 1 hour and no single soul was caught shows that somebody has compromised somewhere, and that is where we need to start it from. Because claiming that there's no life lost and nothing was lost, it's really a premeditated actions. It's already a planned issue. And that is where we need to bring in the security forces, because it is unfortunate in this part of our country, we don't question people. When it comes to happen, it happened. And when the Vice President was there sometime last week, we did not get any report like whatever has happened. They only just reported, oh, this is when they came, this is how they did this, and this is how they... What did you do? That should be the question. What did you do? Was it that they overpowered you? Was it that your manpower was not enough to have repaired the attack? And that is where they need to bring in the strategic operations of security within the region. That is where I see it.
Okay, but when you watch what transpired in the southeast here, and when you watch the development and the worrisome question many people were asking here, the former DSS director have said that the government of Imo State was duly informed. Letters were written. Nobody had come forward to debunk that. Everybody appears to be quiet since the man made the allegation and the revelation last week. Everyone is just quiet about it. Apparently, everyone will forget with time. That
is the truth, because even recently, most recently, the U.S. was giving us warning that the ISIS is infiltrating the southern part of the country. Up to now, there are no intelligence that have been put in place to counter their operations. And when you overlook certain overlook certain things that is very dear to the lives and properties of the people. What you will be having is what you are having now. They have overlooked it, and the formation of the new security forces, the Ebubeagụ, to me, it is just wishes. It's just wishes. It's not something that we give them the desired result. The essence for this creation of these security forces will still be defeated, because there are so many security forces network that have been created before now, and they are not well arranged. So the structural arrangement should be what they should be concerned about, and not formation of different structures at different levels. No, that means that the center cannot hold again. When you have too many children, you don't even know the one that is yours again. So knows the one that you understand will work for you. What is the essence of the Ebubeagụ that they are forming today? It's just to say we want to protect our territory. Don't you have the police in that system? What is the policing system in that community? What is the commissioner of police, Nasiru Mohammed, doing about what happened in Imo State? What has the JTF doing about it? So this is really need to question them. And they equally came up with a funny suggestion that they need to fund military supervisions in their state. The military supervision should not be within the state. That is going to interfere into the affairs, the real sense of the people will be affected. It's going to become what we call a psychological warfare, where you start seeing a lot of militaries in the system that should be at their regions. But they are requesting that, oh, the military should take over their internal communities. That is a failure. What we know the police to be is what to maintain the internal policing of the place. But the military should take over the regions.
But since the Boko Haram insurgency, we've seen massive deployment of militaries on the streets. I know for sure that the former police commissioner for the FCT, Lawrence Alobi, had said that is very dangerous, because as they stay too long, they will get their integrity eroded, and they will be engaging in things that will not paint them.
Exactly. Exactly. They don't need to interfere into the internal policing of the people.
But are the police policing properly?
No, the police of a truth, I will tell you, I have said it before, and I'm going to say it again. The new Inspector General of Police, Atin, should learn from the mistake of his predecessors and know the way forward. The police have a huge deficit of trust with the Nigerian people, and not until this trust is regained, the issue of community policing is still going to be a wish. It will not stand, because community policing is the community versus the community, and once you don't have a trust on the people you want to report or give certain intelligence to, Nigerians have intelligence, but the fear is that, should I give out this report, what will be the aftermath effect on me? That is the reason why they have decided to held it. But I'm still going to encourage Nigerians that there are still good Nigerians, there are still good police officers in the system, and there are also police also need to take a look at sensitizing the people. That is the first thing the police need to do. They need to rebrand their image. They need to understand that the Nigerian people are fed up with the system of what they call policing. They are not policing us. Rather, they are against us. Look at what happened in Benue, when almost 100 people were killed in the name of airstrike. Don't you know your target? And a lot of stories coming in and there. No. This is the personnel that were killed. This is where they need to come in. That is not police anyway. But generally, our security force, they need to come up and rebrand their name so that the people can believe them. Let them have a good image in the public image that is supposed to be, so people can believe them, trust them, and give them information. But not until they have regained that. Allowing the military to take over the streets, takes over the market areas, takes over, people cannot go about their normal activities.
But when it says it's to restore peace, that as far as they are concerned, the problem is...
That is the opposite of what peace should be. What peace should be, it is not the patrol system on the streets that makes the peace to be.
Okay, but looking at the Southeastern security outfit here, at the funding process, I don't know, I've not gotten details how it's going to operate. Maybe each state will just form its own and declare it, and each of the governor put on the attire, the Isiagu and everything there. But at the end of the day, the question is, how will it be funded? Can it be sustained?
If they even decide to fund it at the state level. We have had instances when people, we have the ESN, and we had before now when the ESN have an attack or have a face-off with our conventional security operatives. The issue is not only about the funding, it is the smooth running without interference from the top that is going to be the case.
I think the governors will be interfering?
No. The governors need to interfere. But what I'm trying to say, not at the state level again, but from the top here, when interest...
You're pointing to Abuja.
Yes, when you come to Abuja, let me make it.
You are pointing to Abuja.
I'm pointing to Abuja. When I'm talking to the top, I'm talking to Abuja.
Okay.
Because that is center power. If they will allow the smooth running of the operations, because we had before now, when the former Inspector General of Police said, you cannot operate without my permission. That is talking to the Amotekun groups. That you can't operate like that. Now they want to coordinate from the federal level. Now, if they will not interfere into the operations of this security setup, they will give them the desirable results.
But the security setup, some have raised question about the fact that sometimes it looks as though it has ethnic coloration being used against another ethnic nationality within the same federating Nigerian state.
That is why I am telling you this, that interest will override it. Interest will override it because, one, yes, it is your responsibility as a governor, I have said it before, to protect the lives and people of your the life and properties of your people. So if the federal government cannot help, because I tell you, when we say there's when we now use the word fallen heroes, we equally have the fallen government. If we cannot also help in protection of the life of the people, the state governor should take responsibility to protect their lives. And if, look at, a governor was attacked recently. If they cannot protect themselves, we don't wait for the federal government. And what is the apparatus they're going to use? When you tell government to deploy personnel to us, they say they don't have manpower. And if you don't have manpower, the best to use is to use the local arsenals within your reach to be able to control and also to protect the lives and properties of people. So I do not see anything wrong. But the issue is that, for example, when a herdsman carrying AK-47 is killed in Imo State today, tomorrow you are going to hear that Ebube Agu has killed a Fulani man. I hope you understand it. So it will be tagged to ethnic colorations. And that's
because we all enjoy that conversation.
And that is why they need to define it.
Okay, how would they define it?
They need to define it because this is where it lies.
Okay.
You don't key. You don't key. Don't key. Arrest and let the justice system be functional. Let justice be given. Arrest and prosecute. Arrest and prosecute.
Would they carry arms like Omotekun? If they carry arms, then the enemy is before them. What would they?
Carrying arms is even a violation already.
But Omotekun carry arms.
That is a violation. And even the VGN is a violation. Carrying arms is a violation already. We know that. But what I'm trying to say is that they don't need to carry arms. It is they will just have to add up with the numbers of operatives, the conventional security operatives, like the police and DSS. It's a joint task force. They say, oh, Ebube Agu, it's not, we have Python dance in other regions before now. So they don't need to say they are the one carrying. They are to do the neighborhood watch, report to the appropriate authorities so that they can now what? Strike. It need be. But if you cannot capture, you react. And you have a reason to defend your actions. You have every reason to defend your actions. But I am not saying go okay, capture. If you cannot capture, try to defend. And the way to defend is to attack. So if they attack the enemy,
okay,
it's not anything wrong out of it.
But some believe, from conversation on the social media, that the southeastern governors, after their meeting at the weekend, have really woken up to the reality in the region.
Yes, because some other group have equally hinted them before of the danger of playing games, playing politics with insecurity. But because they want to get, I don't know, whatever they feel they want to have or want to achieve, they even go against their people. And now that it is turning against them, they are feeling the heat now. Not only the poor masses, even the rich are feeling the heat. And that's why they are waking up from their slumber. So I did not see what the governor have done much. They are only saying they want to, align themselves with the position earlier taken by some groups, which you and I know. Some groups came up and said this is what these people are up to. Even the IPOB and others, they have been coming up with different intelligence there. But the governors have overlooked it. They felt it is not possible. It's not going to affect us. But now it is affecting them down to their doorsteps. And that is why they are picking up the challenge. But when the other people were dying on the street, they were killing other people, the police and even the governors in the state, not until they start bringing down police stations, they never felt that people were dying. It is now they now start affecting government directly that they understand that people have been dying. So it is, they have overlooked the intelligence so far from Nigerians and also from the international community. That is why we are where we are.
But to tackle all of this now, are you sure the formation of Ebube Agu would play a key role? Some are saying that they will likely be clashing with MASSOB and be clashing as well with IPOB.
That is the truth.
That Ebube Agu will likely be suffering attacks, if not infiltrated.
That is the truth. And I have said before that there's no need having much formations if everywhere is peaceful. What the police need to do, if they are doing it, they will not need to form. If you are protected, would you want to carry more problems on your head? The answer is no. So the military should go back to our borders, take over the border regions, and the police should come up with a template to proper coordinate the state and to police the people in the right direction. That is when the people will say, let's hands off our arms. Because look, if they start carrying arms, the people you are carrying today are just youth. You carry from anywhere and you want to employ them. And if you do without doing proper profiling of this youth, you employ them tomorrow, they leave that place. The same arms you've given to them, they are going to use it to fight against you. Because the people did not just infiltrate the region and just kept quiet. They came in there and recruited their internals. They will make recruitment within the state for information, for intelligence. Are you me? This is where the whole thing. So it is the youth. One of the things that is leading to this thing that we have not even come to face in the real sense is, I have said before, is the youth restiveness. If the youth are properly engaged, there shouldn't be much of this, and the terrorists will be helpless, because at the end of the day, you are going to use the youth, and if the youth are not available for informations to you or to strike, because they come in there, make recruitment for tactical operations. Because you cannot expect, if there's no enemy within, the enemy outside cannot come in. It is when they come and carry out these operations, carry out their recruitment, that they now they attack. Boko Haram, or whatever you call them, ISWAP, does not come here one day and operate immediately. They have studied the place, take time to bring an insider to give them the full information they want before they come to strike. So it is this youth they use. So if the youth you give arms today is not available with you tomorrow, how are you going to will you say it's a lifetime something? Once you'll be recruited into the Ebube Agu's unit, you are not going to leave. Once if the person felt disgruntled and leave the unit, you know the opposite will be the essence for that operations. So I do not see the need of another operations called Ebube Agu. There are so many already, and that will affect the center. So what the center need to do is to learn from this predecessor. That's, I'm talking about the IG. He should learn from the mistake of his predecessor and properly contain the threat in that area. Okay,
before I let you go quickly now, I know the guests before you talk about agenda for the IG, where we x-ray the issue of the formation of Ebube Agu in the southeast here. I know the former IG had told them, hey guys, you can't operate, you can't do this without my approval, we need to guide you. What do you think this IG should be looking at very quickly?
What the IG should be looking at is to invite, I felt that quickly, the IG need to invite the stakeholders at the state level there and let him get first-hand information, first-hand intelligence. And also, there's nothing wrong if the IG camp in Imo State and decide to camp even within the southeast region for a short while, to be able to also gather intelligence. He may not necessarily say, I am going there. He may not tell Nigerians, I am in Imo State. You don't need to tell the Nigerians, I'm in Anambra State. But once he's able to, visit these locations, know where there are failings, he will be in the state for a while. Understand what the system is all about in that state. Knows the template. Meet with traditional rulers. Meet with your juniors there. Know what the challenges is like there. Is it that is this manpower? Is it that they don't have what it takes to repair these attacks? They lack intelligence? Then he can even say, okay, for a place like this, the commissioner of police, I am going to carry an assistant from so place. Let me add up to this person and let them come up with something. Like I was saying, what has Nasiru Mohammed, the commissioner of police in Imo State, what has he done? What is his statement in this whole attack? What has he come up with now? Is there going to be is there any assurance from his statement that they are putting any effort to counter any further attack on the people? They're not taking this thing serious. They take it as a daily operation. So to me, the Inspector General of Police needs to walk down, invite stakeholders to his table and let them talk. I know that there are solutions lying, in the heart of so many stakeholders in the state.
What about engaging with some persons within the system? And some have also called, which I asked the former guest, of the need for him to do intensive rejigging, that some persons have been too comfortable in some areas.
That is where the needs to come. When I mention certain things, I don't need to tell you, remove this person. I have said something and you need to understand that the commissioner of police in this region have not said anything. So that means that it was posted in January. So that means that he don't understand the region. And if you don't understand the region, you cannot function. So there's this essence there has been defeated. They need to, bring in someone who is more proactive in that line. We help. So I felt that the new IG should look at it, and said, okay, I'm going to take this person there. They have mentioned Abba Kyari several times. I'm not here to say anybody. But for anyone, if an individual has been spotted for his personal capacity and intelligence, for his acumen, then there's need for him to be appreciated. When there are issues like this, you look for what are the issues. Is it counter-kidnapping you are looking for? Is it counter-terrorism you are looking for? Who is best in these areas? Take this person there for a purpose. Deploy him there for a purpose and for a while. Let him go and salvage the situation and return back to normal. That is where I expect the new IG. Look, if you cook and your soup is something testing somehow, you know that there's need for salt. Put the salt for that moment and eat it. And the next day, when you warm it and you feel that it's something else, leave it at that point. So they are at the moment now, the food they are cooking for Nigerians is salty enough. So they need to filter it. There's need for him to filter his operations. Let them bring, credible hands to that regions. Just yesterday into this morning, another attack in Adamawa. So the IG now needs to have his own template. Let him come up with a template. What template has he come up with now? What model? Let him define a model.
But the guest before you said he's so confident that within 6 months everything will be home and dry.
When people make statements, like I have said before, it's just all wishes. You don't tell me in the next 6 months when there's possibility when we want to do the right thing. But this next 6 months, are they saying that they are going to rehabilitate all the terrorists in Nigeria, by which time they must have, apprehend and criminality is over? Look at it. So far, the interest of individuals is still there. The next 6 months is a wish. Are you me? The next 6 months is still a wish. So people should please, when they come on air, make statement that is justly enough. Don't just say in the next 6 months you are going to be comfortable with the IG. That means that he has the problem before now. That means he knows where the problem is and he has refused to. But if I'm not saying that the IG cannot do it, but the next 6 months he's talking about, it depends on what Asenas is coming in with. Okay. That's the way I see it.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jonathan Onoja Isaac here. Let's pray that everything will work together for good and our security system will function very well and Nigerians will actually sleep with their 2 eyes closed.
Amen. We hope so. We hope so. But if we cannot get it, What I would advise Nigerians to do now, if you see something, please don't say something alone. Do something.
Okay, thank you very much. Do something, but don't take laws into your hands as well. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Jonathan Onoja Isaac. We take a break now. When we return from the break, possibly we'll be looking at Ramadan. The world is set to commence the holy Islamic month of Ramadan by tomorrow, likely. Today being 30th day in the month of Shaban, 1442 after Hijrah. They would likely be sighting the Ramadan crescent, and after that is sighted, then the Muslim community will actually go straight into devotion and fasting in line with the injunctions of the Holy Quran in Quran chapter 1, chapter 2, verses 183 after this break.